Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Today's February 21st, 2016. Later tonight, there will be the televised event UFC Fight Night number 83, and the headline event is Cowboy vs. Cowboy. If you're new to my channel, I am proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that the world of professional sports is scripted by numerology and gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. I know that sounds crazy, and when I first started this research, I tested the theory for more than a year before I shared it with the public to document an ongoing pattern. I've been doing this study for now nearly 3 years, and I am getting it close to a perfect science. In the past year, I have predicted almost every sports championship correctly or very close to correct long before it happened. In the most recent NFL season, I predicted the Broncos would be in the Super Bowl in October. Before the game occurred, before it was set, I said it would likely be Broncos and Panthers. It ended up becoming that. I said that the Broncos would win, Von Miller would be the MVP, and there would be a Black Panthers tribute. All of those things happened. The only reason I'm able to do this is because I have learned to decode what the powers that be are doing in rigging their sports and syncing them up with pop culture, current events. So in this fight, I'm going to show you how I think it's also connected once again to Hillary Clinton and the upcoming presidential election. I know that might sound crazy, but the last Donald Cerrone fight, who's one of the headliners tonight, was definitely synced up with Hillary Clinton in the Democratic debate, which we'll get to. But let's just begin with UFC Fight Night 83 and the headliner Cowboy vs. Cowboy. The word cowboy itself has a gematria of 83. Cowboy equals 83 in gematria. The way this works, if you're new here, is that you take the alphabetic order. C's the third letter, O's the 15th, W's the 23rd, B's the second, O's the 15th, Y's the 25th. You add them together, it sums to 83. That is simple English gematria right here. If you want to try this yourself, come to the writingthebeast.com gematria calculator, choose English ordinal. That's the same as simple English gematria. So out of the two cowboys who are fighting, only one is born in 83, and that's Donald Cerrone, the American. He's fighting a Brazilian, Alex Oliveiras. The last time Donald Cerrone fought, he lost to a Brazilian. And I'll show you what's very interesting about the two fighters that I'm speaking to. Again, Donald Cerrone, born in 83, Cowboy equals 83. It's UFC Fight Night 83. The man he's fighting, Alex Oliveira, his birthday is today. He's fighting his opponent on his birthday. He turns 28 years old today. This comes days after the Royce Gracie-Ken Shamrock rematch, which I just covered, another rigged fight by the numbers. Notice that Alex's birth numerology has 111 in it. I'm going to talk about that at the end of this video and why I think that number is favorable for him in tonight's fight. What's interesting to note is the last fighter that Donald Cerrone fought, his birthday was October 26th, 2015. From his birthday, Dos Anjos, who defeated Cerrone, to the current fighter's birthday, February 21st, is a span of 119 days. Not an arbitrary number. In fact, it's a number that syncs up with Donald. Donald in Jewish gematria equals 119. It's also a special number to the Masons and Zionists who control these sports leagues, and rig them by the numbers. All-seeing eye equals 119. Star of David equals 119. These are Masonic Zionist symbols with special numbers coded into them. It'll be Cerrone's 36th fight tonight. His last two losses have come against Dos Anjos, the man born on October 26th, 119 days before today. He'll be fighting Alex. This will be Alex's 17th fight. Comes in with 16 under his belt. He's won his last 3 fights. The last fight he participated in was November 7th, which was 106 days ago. 106 is a number of prophecy, another special number to the Masons and Zionists. Donald Cerrone's last fight ended in 66 seconds, or a minute 06, kind of like 106. But here's where I want to take you back to Donald Cerrone, Cowboy Cerrone's last fight, which was December 19th, 2015. It was on a date with 66 numerology. The fight ended in 66 seconds. He lost to his opponent, Dos Anjos, who's born on October 26th, the day that leaves 66 days left in the year. At the same time this fight was going on, there was a rare political debate on a weekend. And it was happening at the same time as the fight. Hillary Clinton was on stage talking all sorts of trash about Donald Trump. I want you to notice that Hillary Clinton and Dos Anjos have the same birthday, the day that leaves 66 days left in the year. Hillary's trying to become the first woman president. Woman is a word with 66 Gematria. And with regards to Donald Trump, who will likely be her Republican opponent, Donald is born on a date with 66 numerology. Now remember, she was talking bad about Donald, and Donald Cerrone was getting knocked out in the ring in 66 seconds. Just showing you the relevance of all these numbers. Now here's where I want to take you to. Hillary Clinton and William Jefferson Clinton are political Masonic Zionist fronts. They are part of a very powerful family. The Clintons are the original governors of New York, the most influential state in the nation. William Jefferson Clinton in Gematria equals 111, just like New York equals 111. And if you're not aware, Bill Clinton was born William Jefferson Blythe. His biological father, Mr. Blythe, was murdered on a date with 33 numerology, also a date with 87 numerology. Show you why 33 and 87 is interesting in light of Clinton. Clinton equals 87 the big way, 33 the small way. Bill Clinton's biological father murdered on a date with numerology of 33 and 87. He would take on the name Clinton years later. And this name traces back to the original governors of New York, some of the important people in the founding of this nation. Think about how Hillary was governor in New York. New York's the 11th state. When you sum 1 through 11, it totals 66. Again, tonight's fighter, Alex, has the birth numerology of 111, the connection to this number. And on the night where Cowboy Cerrone lost to Dos Anjos, the New York football Giants were also defeating the Dallas Cowboys in a rare Saturday night game. So both the Cowboys lost on the night of that fight, and it was New York who defeated the Cowboys. Now obviously, this man represents Brazil and not New York. But the thing is, it's also a numbers game. And this man has the number coded on him, the number that is of significance. The other thing that's interesting about these two is Cowboy Cerrone's born in 83, like Cowboy, and Alex is born in 88. However, Donald Cerrone's born on March 29th, which is the 88th day of the year. And 88 is another number that connects back to Donald Trump. Trump equals 88. So this is why I say I think this fight is also political symbolism on a subconscious level, if you will. I'm sure many people think what I'm saying is insane. I understand, because this is crazy what I'm revealing. The people who rule over us are crazy. And I'm just trying to show how they put these rigged spectacles together again and again. So, at the very least, what you can understand is that the headline event, Cowboy vs. Cowboy in UFC Fight Night 83, has everything to do with the Gematria of Cowboy being 83. And of course, a guy born in 83 is fitting for the nickname Cowboy. So for all you UFC fanboys who want to troll me, all you're doing is denying truth, mocking the truth, and really doing a disservice to yourself. I know in light of that warning, there's going to be all sorts of thumbs down and trollish comments. I guess I'll close out with this too, Truth Seeker. I used to live downtown Seattle, and in the entire time I lived there, a little more than 6 years, there was only one UFC fight hosted at Key Arena where the Sonics used to play, where concerts are still held. The night the UFC fight was hosted there was the most arrests I've ever seen in the area in a night. All sorts of guys drunk after the fight, fighting in the streets, breaking windows, being idiots. So this UFC sports, I just see it as a detriment to society as well. You know, it's become popular in the 2000s, in the rapid decline of society, if you will. All this trash television from Family Guy to UFC, and all this stuff programs people negatively, you know? You got children looking up to fighters in spandex instead of respecting truth seekers and truth speakers, where their minds should be at this day and age. In the fall of Rome, people were obsessed with gladiators. In the fall of the USA, they're obsessed with men fighting in spandex. All right, truth seeker, until next time.